Hi guys, this is Temilo and welcome to my trading channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to use the Asian session range to improve your trading strategy. Okay, I've been using this Asian session range, I think late last year or the beginning of this year. I can't really recollect when in particular, but I've been using it for a long time now, and I'll be sharing with you these concepts that you can add to your strategy. People that are in my channel and in my academy, they are quite familiar with this because a lot of times I've talked about it in the channel or in my academy Discord. Talked about the Asian range session, and even on the videos on this YouTube, I've mentioned it several times. Even the recent videos I just dropped a few days back, I also always mention it, but I've not been able to explain in details about this um, Asian range concept. Okay, so this video now I'm dedicating it to the concepts. Okay, so this video is going to be about the how I use the Asian range session in my trading and how you can incorporate it into your trading as well. So first thing first, permanently on my chart, I already have the indicator. I use a particular indicator and it's always on my chart. I don't remove it, but for the sake of this video I cleared it so I can show you guys how to go about it. So what you want to do on your trading view to add this indicator, you go to your indicators right here and you search for Asian range and key zones. I already have it as my favorite indicator to use, so that's why you see it there. So you want to search for it right here by typing Asian range and key zones. It will bring it out there. You can click on it. So for me, I always like to double click so it can be two, as you can see right here. And once it's like this, I turn one off and the other one is on. Why I make it two is just because I could hide the indicators, because if it's just one, this whole numbers and letters will just be on my screen like this, and I don't like it. So I always like to hide the indicator. That's why I have it as two. So once you add it, you turn one off and one on, and as you can see, this is what you will have on your chart. Okay, so you will have it like this. So to make your chart neat, you want to adjust the settings of this indicator. Okay, so now I will go to the settings right here, click on the settings, and I'll be able to adjust all of these lines that are right here on the chart. Okay, I don't know why that is not coming up. Okay, so now we have it. So this is the settings. The only thing you need to do is I uncheck the display London open. I don't want to see the London open. I uncheck the display New York open. I also uncheck display London close, and that is all. And for my color under this display Asian range, this is the only one I want turned on. I can kind of reduce the opacity of the color of this Asian range, and you can actually play around. You can change the color to any color of your choice, but I just prefer to go with the normal one that comes with it, just by reducing the opacity. Then when you are done, you click on OK, and as you can see on your chart right now, all those previous lines that we have scattered around the chart is no longer on the chart. So now I can go forward to hide the indicator. So this is how my charts always look like permanently. So now moving to the concept of this indicator. So this is the reason why I always have this indicator turned on. This indicator shows me the highs and the lows of the Asian session. As you all know, we have 4 different trading sessions. We have the London session, we have the New York session, we have the Asia or Tokyo session, and we have the Sydney session. Okay, so But in this strategy, we'll be focusing on the Asian session. Okay, so during the Asian session, as you all know, price is going to start at a particular point, at a particular price during the Asian session. It will start and definitely it will close at a particular price as well, so that the other session can take over and come into play. So this so all the price that happened during the Asian session, it can be sell, it can be buy, and most times the Asian session mostly consolidates. Okay, we don't really have good price action as such during the Asian session on most pairs. Okay, though there are sometimes there can be a nice push or move, probably maybe due to news, and that will be on pairs that actually the pairs that are paired with currencies from the Asian region. Okay, so moving back now, so the reason why we turn this on is to show us the start and the end of the Asian session. Okay, so now once you have the Asian session printed on your chart, you know that the top here is the Asian session high, and this becomes the Asian session low. Okay, so uh, once you have this right there, once you know this, um, every at the top of the Asian range high, we have what we call the Asian range high. Asian range high. Liquidity lies above the Asian range high. Okay, same as the Asian range low as well. Asian range low. Okay, there is liquidity to be grabbed at this Asian range low as well. Okay, so anytime we have the Asian session, once it has been printed, just know the high and the low will definitely probably be grabbed during the next session. And after the Asian session, I always trade the London session, which is also morning time in my country. Okay, so with this, knowing this now, it gives me the opportunity to know what I'm about to trade. It guides me on what to trade during the London session. So mostly I use this Asian range indicator mostly during the London session. It assists me more during the London session. Okay, so now once I wake up early in the morning and come to my charts, the first thing I look at, okay, which particular where's the Asian range high and where's the Asian range low. I see it, and in order to take my trade for the day, if you backtest on this on any pair, BEU, GU, you notice that during the London session, price will, depending on where price is headed for, price will grab a particular side of the Asian range. Okay, and let's take for example, the bias of a pair is for sell. Okay, most time during the London session open, you will see price grab the Asian range high liquidity first before then pulling down to come and grab the Asian range low liquidity. So this is just the simple explanation to this Asian range concept. Okay, and if a bias on a particular pair is for buys, most times you will see price grab the Asian range low first. We take out the liquidity sitting below the Asian range low, and you see price move up to grab the Asian range high next. Okay, so this always guide me to know what to trade. So there are times when I come to the chart and I am looking, okay, let's take for example, I'm looking for a buy trade on this particular pair. Once I come to my chart during the London session, if there is a point of interest lying below my Asian range low, okay, and there's another point of interest at this probably at this Asian range, just above the Asian range high, I will mostly wait for this Asian range low point of interest, the point of interest that lies below this Asian range low, instead of taking the point of interest right here, because most time the institutions will push price down to grab the liquidity, tap into this other block or demand zone then we start buying all the way up. And most time for my take profit on any pair, if I am buying, for example, I just target the Asian range high. If probably there is no clear point of interest to take profit from, I can decide to take my profit at this Asian range high. And probably if there are points of interest above, maybe imbalance or supply zone, I can still take my profit at that level. Okay, so the Asian range is just to guide you when you are trying to take positions in the market. Okay, so now let's move forward to the chart, okay, so you can see better what I'm trying to explain. So this is Euro USD chart, okay, so and this is the 2 hours time frame. Let's move down to like the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, so on this particular day, as you can see right here, let me cut the chart now. So on this particular day, I came on the chart, and as you can see right here, this is the Asian range high, okay, and this is the Asian range low. Okay, so as you can see, just after the Asian session, all the price action in this box is the Asian session, or the price movement that happened during the Asian session. And as you can see, when London session came in, we already have the Asian range low being taken out, okay, by all of this candle. Okay, so once I saw that the Asian range low has been taken out, my target was now, okay, let's see if I can get a confirmation entry to get a buy trade in order to get get into a trade and move with the institutions to grab the liquidity right here and probably take my profit here or at this level. And as you can see, just right here, I was able to look for confirmations. I got into a buy right here, and price moved all the way up. And as you can see, the Asian range high liquidity was cleared out with this candle. So just by adding this indicator to my chart, I was able to capitalize on the fact that the Asian range low liquidity has been taken out. Then I got into my buy trade. Okay, so let's move forward. Let me show you another example on the chart. Okay, so moving forward now, as you can see, after we had this push to the upside, price came back down. This was, I think, this push now happened during the New York session. And as you can see later in the day, we had a retracement, and we got into the Asian session again. So during this Asian session again, as you can see, market took out the Asian range low right here. Market found a demand zone right here, and now we were able to buy up here to clear out the Asian range high. So if you were able to get into a buy trade at this particular point, you can target the Asian range high right here to take your profits from. Okay, so this is just basically the simple explanation to this concept. Okay, so take for example now, since probably you are looking to buy right here, just by looking below this Asian range, we are able to sight a demand zone down here. So instead of taking your buys around this level when you during the London session, instead of taking these buys, just because we have a two double bullish candles moving up, there are a lot of traders that do not know about the concept of this Asian range that may get into early buys from right here. Okay, they may get into early buys, have their stop loss at this low right here. But you, with the knowledge of the Asian range concept, you wait for price to first grab the Asian range low before taking your buy trade. So knowing this concept will save you from having unnecessary losses in the market. Okay, so right now as I'm recording this video, I am in a sell on this Euro USD. Okay, so I'll quickly show you that on this Euro USD, I woke up during the London session and realized price had tapped into this supply zone right here. Price tapped into the supply zone. So what did I look for when I got to the chart during the London session? I started that price has tapped this. The next thing I looked at was my Asian range indicator. Where is the high and where is the low? And as you can see right here, just before, few minutes before the before the London session, price had taken out the liquidity that was sitting above the Asian range high. Okay, so now this gives me more confidence to take a sell trade. Why? Because the Asian range high has been taken out, and not just that, we tapped into a supply zone. Okay, so all I did was wait, look for confirmation. As you can see, this is the last low that tapped into this. So I waited for a confirmation and got into a sell trade. I am presently holding a sell position on this trade, okay, just with the knowledge of this Asian concept. And now for my take profit, I am targeting that this Asian range low will be grabbed, okay. So I might decide to take some partials of this trade once price grab this Asian range low liquidity and tap into this level. I can decide to take my profit. So this concept allows you to know where to take profit. It guides you on not taking early entries, okay, especially when none of the high or low has been taken out. So there are sometimes during the London session, after this print, this will just be like this, okay. If price is like this, you want to wait, okay. You don't want to be taking trades inside this Asian range, okay. You don't want to do that. Let me quickly put this. So let's take, for example, during the London session, let me clear this out. This is the Asia session, and you woke up during the London session and price is moving around here and moving around here. Try as much as possible not to take trades inside this box. Always wait for one side of the box to be taken out, okay. So if you are anticipating a sell, you want to make sure, if you've done your order analysis and you are looking for a sell, you want to make sure the top part of the Asian range high has been taken out first before proceeding to take your sell trade. And if you are looking for a buy, you've done your analysis and you think you want to buy from this level, all you need to do, instead of taking a buy from inside this box, wait for this low to be taken out before getting into your buy trade. So it's as simple as that, okay. So I'll show you more examples. As you all know, not all strategy and not all concepts are 100% correct, okay. Not like correct now, they're not 100% effective, okay. There are times these do not work, okay. So let me quickly see if I will see a time that didn't work. So moving to the left, you can see right here at this particular day, after we printed the Asian range, as you can see, price didn't take out the Asian range high before the O moved to the downside. So there are times you will not be able to get entry. There are times you miss out on trades just because you are waiting for one of the sides of this Asian range to be taken out. So let me see, let me guess. If I was on trade on this particular day, I will probably be waiting to catch a sell from right here, because I'll be thinking this will pull up a little bit, cleared out the liquidity before we sell. But as you can see, that didn't work out. We missed out on this particular trade. So there are times it will not work like that, but overall it has really helped my trading. So here is another example right here. We have a breakup structure during the Asian session, and as you can see, price cleared out the Asian range high liquidity first, found supply at this level, and price melted, okay, clearing out the Asian range low as well, okay. So that's another nice example right there. Here is another example too. As you can see, this was during the Asian session. Okay, price printed went up during the Asian session, and during the London session, price took out the Asian range low first. Then probably during the New York session, price reversed to take out the Asian range high. Okay, so during the London session, you want to wait for a particular side to be taken out just before the Asian and before the London session, or sometimes during the London session. Then you can now look for your entries and trade. And as you all know, the sessions work almost hand in hand. So if we have this consolidation during the Asian session, sometimes price London session will give us a sell trade. Then the real move will then happen during the London session, taking it out. And or sometimes we have the consolidation of the Asian session. Then London session might be a push to the upside. Then later on, we might have the corrective phase for the real move, and New York session may now be the real move to clear out the Asian range lows. Okay, so that's just the concept of this Asian range. So let's move to another pair now. Let me go to GBP USD. GBP USD, just like today as well, I got into a sell trade on GBP USD because the Asian range high was taken out this morning, and we got a break of structure. So now I'm in a sell, and I am expecting price to take out this Asian range low. But there are times this won't come all the way down. Okay, just like I said earlier, there are times price will decide to do something else. Okay, you cannot dictate what the market will do, but this concept can guide you taking trades. Okay, so I think on this particular day right here, I explained in one of my videos I missed out on this sell trade, but later on I was able to scalp a little sell right there, but I couldn't use my normal lot size, or use the normal lot I would normally use, because on this particular day I was expecting that after this Asian session has printed, I realized we have a demand zone here with imbalance that needs to be mitigated. So just before the London push, I was expecting this to push up into this supply zone, take out the liquidity at this Asian range high so that I can sell down into this demand zone. But as you can see, the Asian range high was not taken out before we have the sell. So there are times you will miss out on trades. Okay, so on this particular day, I was lucky to get into a buy trade because we took out the Asian range low, the liquidity sitting right here. Price took it out, price reversed up, gave us a break of structure around this base, returned back. I found demand there, and I was able to buy all the way up, targeting this Asian range high um as my first take profit level. Okay, then final take profit at this supply zone. Okay, and looking to your left, you can see that when price went all the way up, this previous Asian range high was not taken out at this particular point when we had all of this sell, but with this move we were able to now clear out the liquidity that was sitting right here. Okay, so both sides of the Asian session as liquidity to be grabbed. Okay, but not at all times everything will be grabbed. Okay, let's move to GBP JPY. You can see it works on all pairs. It works, it works, it works. Okay, just looking at this side right here, you can see that the Asian range low was taken out right here with all of this candle. We have the high, we have the low. Price took out the low, price pushed up, broke structure. This was a confirmation entry, and for your take profit, you can see that the Asian range high was taken out to was now grabbed, taken out, and take profit was hit at this supply zone. Okay, so the same thing if you are looking for a sell trade. So let's say you missed out on this buy trade. As you can see, this is another guide for you if you are probably looking for a sell trade. As you can see from the supply right here, price grabbed the Asian range high. You can see price grabbed the Asian range high, and just after that, market came all the way down. So this is how to use the Asian range liquidity. So here is another example of a trade that I took today just by having my Asian range indicator turned on. We have the Asian range high, we have the Asian range low. Okay, so how did I get into this trade? I got into this trade this morning because I realized the Asian range high have been tapped and price has now found supply just right here. Took out the Asian range high, we got a confirmation entry on the lower time frame right here, and for my take profit, I targeted this Asian low to be cleared out, and as you can see presently price has cleared out the Asian range low. I have also taken almost 60 or 70% of my profits, and I will be expecting price. I'm still expecting price to probably push to fill up this imbalance that we have right here. So this will be my final take profit. My stop loss has been moved into profit. I think around 161.75. I think 755 is my stop loss. Yeah, so right there. So just by using this indicator, I'm able to target where I want to take profits from. I'm able to target where I want to get into trades. Okay, so let's see if we can get more examples. So right here on this particular day also, as you can see, the Asian range low, we have the Asian range low and the Asian range high. So after the Asian range session, you can see that we cleared out the Asian range low on this particular day. Once it was cleared, price pushed all the way up to grab the Asian range high liquidity, and price found supply at this level right here. And if you miss this, this is another good how do I put it now? This is another just by seeing that the Asian range high was grabbed at this level, you can see price has grabbed it. If you are on the chart, this can give you the assurance to now look for sell trades, sell opportunities to take further trades. Okay, so this another day we have the Asian range high and the Asian range low. Okay, as you can see, after the Asian session, price came all the way up and filled up this imbalance right here. Market found supply right there, and I think this particular trade, I actually took this trade because when I woke up, saw that the Asian range high has been taken out, and we have yet to take out the low. So I was able to catch this sell, and for my take profit I targeted this low, and I was able to get partials out of this trade, and before I was later stopped out, I think so. So I hope we are able to understand these concepts with this video. Let me see on indices. On indices also it works. Okay, it's the same thing. So in my video from I dropped a video yesterday on my channel. Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday on my channel. I did a projection on this Nasdaq buy. Okay, so I was able to get into a buy on Nasdaq right here. Let me move down to a lower time frame. So I saw that we have a break of structure right here, as you can see, and this was the demand zone responsible for this break of structure. Okay, so on this particular day I was looking to buy. Okay, I was looking to buy, but then we already have our Asian range session printed, so we have the high and we have the low. So I was looking for buys, but just as you can see, this is the demand zone now where I'm supposed to take my buy from. So but with the Asian range concept in mind, I knew buying from inside this box was risky, as price could grab this low. So imagine someone that doesn't have this indicator turned on, we would have taken a buy from this demand level, and as you can see, you would have been stopped out with this candle. But with the concept of knowing this Asian range zone or turning on this indicator on your chart, you are able to avoid this loss. And that was how I was able to avoid a loss from here yesterday. I waited for this Asian low to be taken out, and once that was taken out, as you can see, we took it out, then we went ahead to also take out the Asian range high liquidity, so giving us a break of structure. Then I got into my buy trade now with my stop loss at this low, because if price was going to go high, this last low must not be invalidated. Okay, so I got an early entry, I got into the buys around here, so that was why I was able to capitalize on this trade instead of getting stopped out right here. I was able to get an entry here and take the buys all the way up here. This was my target, but price did not get to my target at first, so I had to close out my trade at I think at this level. I moved my stop loss into profit at this level. Then once we break below this low, then I'm out. So I was actually taken out. But later, as you can see, after the New Year session, we have the Asian session, and this went all the way up. Okay, so it works on indices as well. Just like here, we have the Asian range high and the Asian range low, and just after the Asian session, the low was grabbed. This low liquidity was grabbed. Market pushed up. So as you can see, and let's try to see another pair. Right here, it didn't work out. Okay, you can see it didn't work out, and right here you can see we have the high and the low during the just before the London session. The Asian range low liquidity was grabbed first, and just after that the range high was later grabbed. Okay, so just you can apply this to your trading strategy, though you should not use only this alone. You should also do your normal analysis, but let this just guide you um whenever you want to trade. Okay, so just like I said here, if you have a side that is yet to be grabbed and you want to buy, wait for the sell side liquidity or the Asian range low to be grabbed before looking for your buy trade. Okay, and same for sell. If you are looking for sell trade, you want to make sure the Asian range high buy side liquidity is cleared out first before getting into your sell. But know that it is not 100% efficient. You may have situations where you will miss out on trades, but sometimes you can use your discretion. Like me now, I've taken a lot of trade um, that price did not necessarily grab the Asian range high, especially for sell trades. This week I took a particular sell, or last week a particular sell on GBP USD, where the Asian range high was not grabbed. The Asian range high was not grabbed. I got into a sell, and I was lucky to make profit on that trade because price eventually went my way. But I think my stop loss was a little bit probably above that Asian range, because I was still keeping in mind just in case price decide to grab the liquidity there. Okay, so that'll be all for this video. If you have any question, please leave them in the description box, or you can message me on Telegram at Temilo. I would definitely reply. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was beneficial to you. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you do, please let me know. Also, I would like you guys to share with me on Telegram trades that you take just by watching my video or following my strategy that I use. Please share with me. I would love to see your feedbacks, your wins. I love to see your losses as well. Okay, that'll be all for this video. Thank you for staying to the end, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you.